Well, hey guys, welcome to this week's video for Unshockable Love, and I hope you're keeping up with the reading. I hope you have kept up with us. If not, there's still time to catch up. But this week's reading, there's just one thing that just kind of rang out amongst everything else. And page 211, if you have the book, I don't know what it would be if you're doing an e-reader or whatever. Page 211, this is what he says. When non-Christians encounter Christians who act like they never struggle, have all the answers, and suggest quick fixes for every problem, they quickly see through the pharisaical pretense and want nothing to do with that kind of faith. But seeing people who try to love but struggle, who face real setbacks and need encouragement, who get tempted but ask for prayer and support, and who are learning to stay connected to God's Spirit alongside a loving spiritual community, that's what the whole world longs for. And that relational momentum draws people to Jesus. God has you where you are for a reason. Maybe you hate your job, or you struggle with the city you're in, but maybe that would change if you started to ask, who are you drawing to faith around you? How can you love and serve them as you go? And I read this, and the thing that punches me in the face is, do I really want to engage people like that? Do I really want to be bothered to engage people in such a way that they can see that I'm just as broken as they are? Or is it so important that they know that I have my life all together? There is a construct out there called self-concept. Self-concept basically is, it is so important for me to know that you know that I have personal responsibility, that I take responsibility for my own life, that I can make adult decisions. I want to know that you know that I am seen in a way that I have it all together. Self-concept. So we are plagued with self-concept in our culture today, I think. And so reading this, I'm wondering to myself, can we lower our self-concept enough to be okay with other people knowing I don't have it all together? I struggle just like everybody else. In fact, I sometimes make worse mistakes than the worst person who ever existed. I'm that bad of a person. But I have the Spirit inside of me, and He helps me get through. Are we okay with people seeing that dialogue that we have with ourselves, or that dialogue we have with our small group, that dialogue we have with a trusted friend? Are we willing to engage them and bring them into our circle so that we can create some relational momentum and maybe introduce them to Jesus? But that's the question that jumped out. What about you? What about your question? How do you answer that? How do you wrestle with that? Think about it. We'll see you next week.